Now, a lot of people travel with their pets, and in our particular case we've got a single cab pickup and we have 2 dogs. So it gets a little crowded. They're small dogs, but it gets a little crowded in there, and I'm going to show you what I built to help us be a little more comfortable in our small cab. This is what I used. I have a very small TV tray. It's made out of a composite, like a fiberglass, with the metal legs. I didn't make any modifications to it whatsoever. It just fits inside the cab in front of my wife. The little tray stores neatly behind the seat here. Now, one other modification I did to my truck is to add to my wife's comfort. She has trouble reaching the floor. Her legs are quite short, and she'd often get sore legs when we traveled a distance. So I put in a sloped ramp here. It's a piece of plywood with some carpet on it. I bought it at Walmart. And that gives her a nice little ramp here to put her feet on, and she's a little bit more comfortable. Now, the other thing I use this ramp for is I cut 2 slits in it, one here and one here, and when we put the TV tray in, it slides neatly, as you can see, into this ramp. These sit flat on the floor, these sit flat on the floor, but now it's contained within the little ramp I made and doesn't slide sideways. Always goes in the proper spot every time we install it. Now, the TV tray just fits over my wife's legs here, and the doggy bed sits on top. I'll just show you how you install it here. Then I have a little piece of floaty tubing here. It goes on the front of the tray and keeps it from bouncing against the front of the dashboard. You can see right there, the tray's installed. There's a little foam, fits nicely, keeps it from rattling. And we have a little tray here. This is actually the bottom of a litter box. Went to the store and bought a new litter box. There's a little bed fits inside there. It sits on the tray, and you can see he's anxious to get in already. There we go. Paco, how you doing? There, he's happy with that. Now you can see he's as comfy as anything in his little bed. There's no weight on Jackie's knees at all. She's comfortable. The air conditioning flows nicely underneath the tray so she can keep cool, and doesn't have to worry about the dog bouncing around on her lap. And he's really happy because now he can see out the front window while he's in his bed. Now, the reason the little guy here can't ride on the console between us is because we have another one. This is Miss Lily. She sits on the console in her bed. Yeah, I love you too. Okay, let's go. And there we are. We're one big happy family when we're traveling in our little pickup here. It's only got the single cab, so we have to make use of the space. There's Paco in his bed, and there's Lily on her console, and I can sit over there quite comfortably, and the dogs don't bother us, and they soon crash once we hit the road. And when we don't need the tray support for the dog's bed, it's easily lifted out, collapsed, and we store it neatly behind the seat here. Well, there you go. What I thought was a bit of a silly little project worked excellent, and I think we're really going to enjoy this because everybody's going to be comfortable. Now, before we go, I finished this video on the dog's bed, but I missed one of the best tips that I could give anyone, and that is on the TV tray. Now, this TV tray, whether it goes in the truck or in the trailer, it goes with us everywhere, and we use it around the trailer. They're especially good for sitting beside your camp stool or your chair, and we use them for eating our supper, sitting in our chair around the fire, or you can bring it to around the fire with you at night. You can take it anywhere. You can take it to next to your vehicle to hold tools if you're working on your vehicle, and that's a great tip. Get yourself a few TV trays. We only have 2, but that's adequate. There's just the 2 of us, but you can get sets of them. The wooden ones you can buy would work just nicely. They're a little heavy, that's the only thing for transporting, but they're good and sturdy. And if you're looking for a TV tray, go to yard sales or flea markets and see if you can pick one up. And here's a hint on buying a TV tray. They all have the metal legs, obviously. And the next thing is, you don't want to get a particle board TV tray, because in the moisture outside, they're just going to swell and deteriorate real fast. This one's pretty beat up, but it works good. It's clean. It's a composite, like I say, it's like a fiberglass table, and you can leave it out in the rain and it doesn't care. The legs get a little bit rusty, but I just give them a spray paint once a year and they're fine. So there's a bonus tip for you. Almost missed that one. See you next time. And that's another tip from the Handyman's Haven. Thanks for watching.